Good morning, this is Lauren Howman, and today we're going to talk about the different diets that I've tried and how they worked and how they didn't work. So again, driving to work, I am a nurse practitioner. This is my disclaimer. I am not offering medical advice. Please consult with your own medical provider before starting a fasting, exercise, or diet regimen for sure. And other than that, thank you for following my journey, and I appreciate your support. Ask any questions you have at laurenhowman2@yahoo.com or by finding me on Facebook at Lauren Rutledge Howman and sending me a DM. So I posted last night on Facebook, like, hey guys, I need ideas for my YouTube talks because I'm running out of ideas, and I'm either going to have to cut back on the frequency or I'm going to have to get you guys to give me some topics to discuss. So the topic for today is going to be the different diets that I've tried and how they worked and what happened with them. So I can tell you that I've pretty much done every diet, like, in the world. My biggest failure was always Atkins, the low-carb Atkins diet. And the reason is because you can eat whatever you want as long as it's low carb, stay under 20 carbs a day. But I don't really like a meat, egg, and cheese heavy diet. And back then, vegetables weren't included as things that you could eat, even if they do have carbs, that they don't affect your blood sugar the same way and your insulin spikes the same way. So anyway, I would always mess that up. And what I hated about it was that if you messed up, you totally reset yourself and had to start working to get back into ketosis all over again. And so if you've done a week of really good low carb, you might lose a couple pounds, mostly water weight at first when you're on a low carb diet. And then I would mess it up and I would have to start all over, and I never would get into ketosis. I had the ketone strips back then, and I never showed color, like never. My husband would do it with me, and he's like really good at this diet, and he would be showing color like a week in maybe, and I would never get there because every couple days I would mess it up and go over my carb limit, and I would not ever go into ketosis. So I've tried that one a few times. It's never worked out for me. I would say the best results I've ever gotten from any diet would just be low calorie restriction. And when I say low calorie, I started at like 197 when I started my last low calorie diet. It was right before I got pregnant with Cole, who's now 5.5, and I did about 1,200 calories a day. Totally boring, very restrictive, but it's effective. The problem is that as soon as you start eating regular food again or eating a regular calorie count, you have now slowed your metabolism down to where it knows how to run on essentially 1,200 calories. And so now anything I put into my mouth after that was going to be a problem. So I got pregnant with Cole and I gained 10 pounds in like 6 days or something really quick, just because I was not following the calorie restriction anymore and I had slowed my metabolism. That's what I love so much about fasting, is that you don't slow your metabolism with you. You actually boost your metabolism. By the third day of fasting, you've boosted it by some percentage, like 3 or 5 or something like that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're looking at the other diets, how they decrease your metabolic rate, then that is a big deal, because you're swinging in the opposite direction, and you're swinging in a good direction for yourself and not slowing your metabolism down, because that's the last thing you want when you're trying to lose weight. So I had some good success on that one. I think I was around 197 when I started the low calorie. I was walking every day during my lunch break. I was eating about 1,200 calories. And to do that, I can't get my blinker to turn off. To do that, I'm not a cook. I don't like to be in the kitchen. I think that's a waste of time. Everybody's going to be mad at me for that, but I don't like it. And so my husband does most of the cooking. We were both doing low calorie. And I got down to like 163 and then got pregnant with Cole. By the time I delivered Cole, I was 200 and dropped back down to like 185 and stayed there until I broke my leg. So I don't look horrible at 185 for sure. That's not a bad place to be compared to where I've been. But the other thing I hated about the calorie restricted diet is I had to clock everything into my phone, like log everything. And after I had a baby, I didn't have time for that. Like, I just could not wrap my head around doing one more thing. I was sleep deprived, I was nursing, I was working, and, doing baby stuff all the time. And a new parent knows that is hard. And adding just one more thing in there. I had an app that I would clock all my food, you know what I mean, log all my food into, and it just got to be where I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I mean, I used to be really obsessive about how much water I drink every day, and I would count my water bottles and make sure I got 5 in. I don't even do that anymore. I refuse to write it down. I don't have time for that. I don't want to count anything, and that was another downside of the calorie restriction diet. If you didn't count, you knew you were going to go over no matter how healthy of choices you made. 1,200 calories is not a lot of calories. So it's not like you can just like wing it and think that you're gonna fall within that 1,200. You're gonna be over in a second. So, sorry about the sun, guys. That's pretty bright. Oh well. So, that was the low calorie diet. And then I tried shakes. Let's talk about shakes for a minute. I tried Isagenix, and Isagenix people don't come for me. I was not following the routine like I should have. But I was replacing 2 meals a day with the shake. Number 1, the shake gave me the poops. And number 2, I was hungry all the time. So that didn't work either. I've tried some different shakes. I've tried all the shakes. And I know we've talked about this in previous videos, I've done diet pills. And diet pills are super effective. They squash your appetite down so low that you don't feel like you have to eat for days. And you're still running around with all this fake, frantic energy. But diet pills are not sustainable. As soon as you come off the diet pills, all the weight comes back. So the reason I love fasting so much, number 1, let's talk about shakes for a second. When I would drink a shake, it would just make me hungry. You put food in and your body starts the digestion process. It starts up all these hormones that tell you when you're full, tell you when you're happy and satiated from your food. And it would turn that on and say, we want more. So that's not good. So the Slim Fast and the shakes and the supplement bars, all of those things triggered the hunger hormone for me, which is ghrelin, and made me hungry. So I would want to eat more. So then it was torture. With fasting, don't put anything in and you're fine. As long as you don't put anything in, you don't make all those hormones start up and get into production, and you don't feel the need to eat. Now, of course, if you're just starting out and you're doing a 48 or a 72-hour fast, you're going to be hungry. You're not used to this. Your mind doesn't have its brain wrapped around the fact that you've told it no more food. And you're going to have hunger pains. You're going to have stomach growling. You're going to have like weird gas pains and whatnot. But it's not hunger. For sure not hunger. You definitely, if you are fasting for weight loss, it's because you have enough weight on you to be able to do that, because you have stored food as fat. So basically, I guess the thing is that the only diets that ever worked for me was the low calorie, and even then it was kind of torturous, and I had to eat all fruits basically because I needed things that would fill me up. And I don't know what that did to my blood sugar, because that was long before I was checking blood sugar. So even though it was the natural sugars, I'm sure it wasn't the greatest, but I would seriously just eat like half a pineapple and like an apple. And then when I got hungry again, a couple hours later, I'd have a banana. Then I'd cut up a couple of kiwis or strawberries. And that's pretty much what I ate. And then for dinner, because I don't cook, I would eat something like a grilled cheese and these like little fluffy generic Cheetos that you could have like a whole bag full of them for like 100 calories, and it was a lot, so it made you feel like you were eating. And so I was trying to trick myself into being full, but I never was, so that was a problem. Diet pills always made you full, but they're not good for you, and they don't have lasting results either. So if you think about a diet pill just knocking your appetite completely out, and you start really calorie restricting because you're just not hungry and you've got all this energy, so you're bouncing off the walls and acting like a maniac, then you're eating maybe 500 calories a day, and next thing you know, you run out of them, or your doctor won't prescribe them anymore, or you don't want to pay the money for them again, and so you stop using them, and you bump right back up to a 12 to 15 to 1,800 calorie diet a day, and bam, there goes all your weight right back on you, and probably some more, because your metabolism is slow, and you're not processing things as well as you did before the diet pill. So I've done it all. And fasting by far has been the easiest, even though it's looked at as, oh my gosh, I would die, I wouldn't be able to do that, I would faint, I would pass out, I would be sick, I get lightheaded. All that stuff does not actually happen, and if it does, it's because you're dehydrated, not because you're not eating food. So it's much easier. There's no counting. I don't have to count my water. I don't have to count my calories. The only thing I count is how many days I've fasted. And my goal now is to fast for at least 48 to 72 to 96 hours, so 2 to 4 days, and then have one meal and then go right back into it. So that's what I'm doing. I got dressed this morning, and this is a t-shirt. I'm really tired today. I could not sleep last night. I need to go to the chiropractor because I've got, I think it's like sciatica in my right leg hiney area, and it's just really uncomfortable when you lay down. And I've had it before, and I know I just need to be adjusted because I walk all wonky because I have a leg that was pieced back together as best as the ortho surgeon could do it, but it was a really bad break, and it doesn't walk right, it doesn't bend right, it doesn't do things right, so I walk crooked. So every once in a while I need a good adjustment, and then I need to go for like a couple weeks to get everything back into place, and then I go and walk it back into crookedness again. Guess one day I'll be having a knee replacement, but not right now. No sir, not at all. So I'll be going to the chiropractor. I got no sleep. Anyway, I wanted to be comfortable today. Anytime I'm tired and I don't get any sleep, I have to be like an all cotton. Like I want to wear straight pajamas to work and not like even scrubs. I want to wear like a cotton t-shirt on my legs, okay? Like I just want to be comfortable because it's just one less thing. So I threw on this t-shirt today that I just got on sale at JCPenney's a couple weeks ago, and it's a size large. I'm no longer an extra large. Woo woo. And I'm gonna tell you what, my waistline is shrinking. I look so thin in what I have on today. Just this generic t-shirt and my scrub pants, and I'll throw on a lab coat when I get to work, so no big deal there. But I look really thin through the middle, but I am losing weight disproportionately, which is really funny. My scrubs that I wore before I was pregnant with Cole, I still have because they were like the expensive nice scrubs by Grey's Anatomy, and they're really comfortable. They feel like leggings. They're really comfortable. So I fit in the bottoms now, and I could lose another pound or two to make them more comfortable, but they fit, and I haven't worn them yet. And the reason is I've been just trying on the pants all this time, and I'm like, woohoo, the pants finally fit. And I don't think they'd be like super comfortable to sit in yet, but they will be soon. So then I try on the top, and I've never been a top heavy person. I've always carried all of my weight in my stomach, in my thighs, and in my hiney. And I try on this top, and it's like spandex. Like it's tight across the chest area, it's tight across the abdominal area, it's got some room in the arms, but other than that it's not a good look either. So I'm not going to be wearing that anytime soon. But it's weird because I've always been thin up top and heavier on the bottom, but it seems that I'm losing most weight from the bottom right now, and my waist is getting small, and I can see a difference in the size of my legs, even all the way down to my calves in the pictures that I've taken of myself. But for some reason, those tops are like ultra tiny, and I'm not sure what happened there, but I will get back into it, but just not yet, I guess. But it's weird because I've never lost weight this way. I've always lost weight from the top first, and I definitely lost all of my breast, so that definitely did go. And I didn't have much to start with, so I'm not sad about it. I don't really care. I've never been well endowed in that area, so it's not a huge deal for me to lose all of that. But I still have like bigger arms, and I still don't have like true collarbones. Like you can kind of see one right there, but it's not anything that you're gonna, it's not poking out at you. So I'm losing weight from the bottom half first this time. And that's not a bad thing to have happen because that was the biggest area. So that's okay with me. Anyway, so I am on day 1 again. Sunday I ate at Thanksgiving, Easter dinner, and then I fasted for 48 hours. And last night I ate a salad because I walked past, I wasn't hungry, but I walked past the kitchen and I saw my lonely little avocado sitting out, and I knew that she was going to die because she was going to get overripe. And I went and squeezed her. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to eat you now. So I did. I had a salad, and I'm back into the game. I am at 190 again after my binge and all the eating from the weekend. I'm back at 190, and I hope to, what is today, like the 24th? Yep, it's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope to be in the 80s. Not the 80s, that would be like tomorrow. I hope to be in the like low 80s to high 170s by the end of this month. We'll see how it goes. That's it. I've talked your brains out again. So if you have any questions, let me know. you have any suggestions for topics, let me know. You can either drop a comment in this video, or you can find me at my email address, or you can find me on Facebook and let me know what you want me to talk about. And I will talk to you guys later. I hope everybody has a good day. Bye.